Hi, and congratulations on passing the halfway mark of the course and completing week 4. And welcome to week 5, interpreting the New Testament Gospels. Now, before we step into understanding New Testament Gospels, I want to give you a quick note on week 6. Week 6 is Thanksgiving. I know many of us are going to be traveling, spending time with family, eating a little bit of turkey, maybe watching some football, and getting ready for Christmas. So please make sure to schedule your time accordingly, as we do not have a week 6 break. So if possible, spend some time in week 5 working ahead to take some of that pressure off of week 6. Now, back to week 5, interpreting New Testament Gospels. We have 2 goals this week: to evaluate the gospel narratives and to critique an interpretation of a parable. So we don't have time this week to talk about all different types of genre in the Gospels, but we want to focus on the parable as an important writing technique of each of the 4, well, at least 3 of the 4 Gospels. We have a few assignments. On assignment 5.1, using the 5.1 literary forms in the Gospels explanation worksheet, which is a worksheet you have on Blackboard, and the steps laid out in audio lecture 13, evaluate Matthew 8:28 to 34, which is a parable. Write up your understanding of the passage in around 2 pages. So I'm going to want you to first read Matthew 8:28 to 34. Then you might want to take some time and read how your textbook has you understanding parables. Then listen to audio lecture 13, and then look at the literary forms in Gospels explanation worksheet to try to understand what we're getting at with the assignment. Putting that all together and perhaps adding some outside resources and looking at the other Gospels to see if this parable is expressed elsewhere, then write a paper explaining it. Next week, we are in week 5. We also have a discussion post. After reading Bailey's article on interpreting parables, find 2 sermons or interpretive works, articles, essay, commentaries, online that are focused on the interpretation of a parable of the prodigal son of Luke. So read through Luke, look at what he has to say about the prodigal son, read Bailey's article, and then Google search prodigal son online and see if you can find a couple different sermons or a sermon and an article discussing it. Compare and contrast the interpretations between the 2 sources and discuss the strengths and weaknesses of interpretations and the manner in which you understand the parable. So I'm wanting you to spend time to see what you feel, and I would do this before I go online. What do you think God is trying to teach us through the parable of the prodigal son? Then go online and find 2 different interpretations from individuals online and compare and contrast them and see if they are both possible or if one is a better interpretation of the passage than the other. That's all we have this week. So 1 discussion post, 1 assignment, and that should give us some time to work forward into week 6. So don't forget that Thanksgiving is in week 6, and work ahead as much as possible to prepare. Email or call me with any questions. I will also be traveling at the end of this week to spend Thanksgiving with family in Raleigh. So while I will be available, there's a bit of time, especially when I'm flying, that I won't. But I will check email daily, and you should be able to either schedule a call or reach me as needed during the next week. So have a great day. I look forward to reading what you guys come up with your understandings of the parables. Have a great day.